Yo, what's up? Here, color grading in the dark. To be fully transparent right off the bat, we're gonna be color grading with Filmy PowerGrades and LUTs, which I created and released last year, and thousands of people have gotten and have had really great experiences with. And today, version 2 of Filmy has been released. So it builds off the original Filmy look, but also includes a lot of updates. There's Filmy X, there's Filmy Black and White, Filmy in general has been updated. I've also added a bunch of new camera profiles that people have been asking for. Panasonic, Fuji, Nikon, and a couple more. You can check the website to see what else has been added. But really, all these adjustments were made based on a year's worth of me and other people using Filmy on real world projects and implementing different feedback points into the updated version. And of course, anyone who's already purchased Filmy will get V2 emailed to them with their email that they used to purchase Filmy in the first place. So check that email for the update. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I just quickly color grade if I'm gonna do a quick grade session in Adobe Premiere. And I'm also gonna show you how I color grade for real with Filmy PowerGrades in DaVinci Resolve. So if I don't wanna do all the bells and whistles and I don't wanna export out to DaVinci Resolve because I'm an old head who still edits in Adobe Premiere, this is how I just do a quick, rough color grade on my footage. What I'll do is I'll drop an adjustment layer over top of all of my footage. This stuff is Sony S-Log3 that I shot with either my Sony FX3 or Sony FX6. So I can do a blanketed adjustment layer like this, but if I was gonna do a Canon shot or an RE shot, I might break up this adjustment layer so I can put on that specific camera profile's LUT. So I'm gonna come into the adjustment layer at the top here. I'm gonna go into Lumetri Color, the creative tab here, and in the creative look tab, I'm gonna come browse, and I'm going to find my Filmy folder on my desktop. Filmy 2.0, Filmy Legacy is the original Filmy look, but we're gonna use the updated version. I'm gonna come into Sony. I'm gonna grab my high quality LUTs, and then I'm going to use either Filmy Black and White, or Filmy X. So let's just go with regular Filmy for now. And this is what it looks like just right out of the package. And I think this looks really good. Let's see how it's shaping up for some other shots. Looks great on this shot as well. On this shot, just across the board, we're getting a really nice looking Filmy look just right away on every single clip that we have on our timeline here. Then if I wanted to do Filmy X, I can come in here and put on Filmy X, and here you get a good look at the difference between the two. This is Filmy Regular and Filmy X. Filmy X is a little more Kodak inspired. It's a little more contrasty, a little more desaturated, and the highlights are a little bit cooler. So it's just a more Kodak-y starting point than original Filmy. Then also, it's really hard to find a good black and white look with contrast and just like pure black and white. So I included my own black and white LUT here. That you can use as well. So that's what the black and white LUT looks like. So if I wanted to make adjustments to the actual clip itself, I'm going to come under the adjustment layer and go into the actual clip itself and make all my adjustments to the log footage before it's converted to Rec 709 Filmy color space. So I'm gonna grab my clip, I'm gonna come into basic corrections, and I might just bring down the shadows and the highlights a touch. And I think just with that, that is a good first rough grade for me. So let's move on to this clip just because it came out right away. And this is feeling a little overexposed for me. So I'm gonna come in and just bring down my shadows a ton. And right away, I think that looks good. And these are all just rough color grades I'd be doing in Adobe Premiere. So now I do my actual color grading if I really care about the grade in DaVinci Resolve. And how I'll get there is I will remove all the LUTs. I'll remove every effect, remove every attribute from my clips. I'll bring everything down to the same line here, and then I will export a QuickTime file, Apple ProRes 444. And then along with that, I will also go to File, Export, and export an EDL alongside that so I can bring those into DaVinci Resolve. So here in Resolve, I brought in that QuickTime folder and the EDL that breaks it up per clip. And then I come into my coloring tab here And I already have my Filmy LUTs and my Filmy PowerGrades uploaded into Resolve here. So again, let's take this, let's zoom the fit here. Let's take my Filmy S-Log3 PowerGrade, since this is an S-Log3 image, and apply grade to it. And this is going to be the Filmy PowerGrade right off the bat. This is before, and then with the Filmy PowerGrade, it's fully converted. And with one click, it's looking good. I tried really hard on these and I got it to what I think looks the best across as many different clips as possible. Obviously with color grading, there's a lot of different independent variables, whether it's lighting, color, costume, skin tones, camera profiles, whatever it is, there's an infinite number of variables, but I tried to make it so it looked as good as possible across all footage. And I think I did as good as I could have done. And I think a lot of people really like the original Filmy and they're gonna like V2 even more. So I'll show you just look wise. Let me find the original Filmy legacy here and apply that over top here, hide the gallery. So this is regular Filmy and this is new Filmy, or this is original Filmy and this is new Filmy. And as you can see, one of the biggest feedback points I took was less dense skin tones, less deep oranges. So you can see that's removed. It's a little bit cleaner. There's more flexibility in the highlights. If you did want to raise the highlights, the original compresses those and it's hard to get those back brighter if you wanted to. So the new version kind of gives you more range in the highlights, as well as just overall just a better image across the board, in my opinion. You're also going to notice is a very similar note tree, but slightly updated. It converts whatever camera profile you have into DaVinci Wide Gamut, and then you're doing your color grading in DaVinci Wide Gamut, and the Filmy LUT is DaVinci Wide Gamut into that Filmy look Rec 709 image that you're seeing here. The other biggest difference in the new version of Filmy is that there are now 3 options. I got rid of Filmy 56, Filmy 39. I never use Filmy 39 anymore. I was only using the regular Filmy and was using the regular Filmy LUT to monitor whatever it was I was shooting on my small HD monitor. I uploaded them. And as you can see in the download folder that you get with Filmy, inside of there, say you're shooting on Blackmagic, there's monitoring LUTs for you to be actually shooting with on set that you can upload into whatever your external monitor might be, so that you can get the most accurate image for when you bring it into post. So now instead of Filmy 56 and Filmy 39, there's 3 options. There's original V2 Filmy, you can turn that off, and then you have Filmy X. So there's Filmy X, there's Filmy. Again, it's a little bit more leaning towards that Kodak look and vibe, where it's a little bit more desaturated, cooler highlights, a little bit more contrasty, and just a really solid look in my opinion. Then the other thing I added, since I do black and white on a lot of my footage, is I added a black and white LUT right away. And it just gives you really good contrast, a really clean black and white look right away, which is surprisingly hard to find. So this is kind of what I've honed in on as my favorite black and white look, and with one button you can get there. So I'm gonna come back to our original Filmy look, and right away, like again, like I think this image just like looks really good right away. If I was going to change anything, I'm gonna come into contrast. I'm gonna, you know, play with my editable splines here, maybe bring down the highlights a little bit, bring it up here, bring down the shadows, but I really don't feel like that's totally necessary. Let's find a clip that might need a little bit more work. Let's go to this one from a recent film with a speed skater I just did, and this was also shot on Sony. So I'm gonna apply my Sony grade here right off the bat. It looks pretty good, but I think this clip needs a little bit more work. Let's come into the Filmy LUT, close my gallery. Filmy LUT, let's try Filmy X for this. Let's play with Filmy X, come back out of this compound node, and I'm gonna go in my contrast, and I'm just gonna raise our highlights, but not raising it here so they stay compressed, but just raising it here and bring this down into the shadow zone. So I think that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna bring down the top end of our highlights, and boom, just with that adjustment right there, things are looking really cool. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to come into my look adjustment node, where I'm going to come into my primaries. I'm going to push some warmth into the highlights. and boom. Right there, I think that looks pretty good. Right away, you getting some nice grain texture. My grain dialed in the way I like it. Got some nice halation. I might come in here and boost my halation. So this looks awesome to me. And just as a quick note, if you do decide that you want to use Filmy PowerGrades, it comes with a tutorial that walks you through every single node, and it's super beginner friendly for anyone who wants to dive in and know what every single node does here. So let's just roll through a couple more clips. Let's go with this Canon C-Log2 clip from a beer commercial I shot in Mexico a little while ago. So I'm gonna come in my gallery, I'm gonna apply my C-Log2 here. You had a Fuji clip, a Nikon clip, a Red clip. You could come in here, import, go into your Filmy folder. You wanted to do Nikon, let's say, go into your PowerGrade, and you could import your Nikon PowerGrades. Let's hide our gallery. Let's restart with our C-Log2 clip here. Go in the gallery, we're gonna use C-Log2, apply grade, and right away, this is just what it looks like as soon as you apply your PowerGrade. You're getting a nice glow, you're getting a little bit of halation, you're getting nice colors. The one thing I would wanna do in here is come in and just bring down my shadows a little bit with my editable splines. Maybe compress our highlights a little bit more. I'm gonna come in my halation, and I'm gonna crank our halation as well. So let's see what that's looking like. And that feels like it's looking pretty good to me. All right, so next let's grab this interior scenes convenience store. It's just lit using the practical lights from the actual store there. So let's go into gallery. This was shot on Sony, apply grade. And this is what it's looking like just with one click. And it's looking pretty good right off the bat, in my opinion. Let's play around. Let's go into our Filmy X-LUT. Let's turn that off and turn the Filmy X-LUT on. And that's feeling cool. What I want to do is create a little bit more contrast. So I'm going to compress the highlights a little bit and lift them over here. Just create a little bit more of a contrasty image, a little bit brighter. So that's feeling good. That's before, that's after. And then what I also want to do, I might want to play with the color in the highlights by going to my primaries in my look adjustment and just tossing something into the gain here. So let's try something along those lines, maybe a little cooler. So right away, I think that looks pretty cool. Let's go to an example where you can really see the halation at work. This one, you can usually see it pretty good. So I'm gonna come in my gallery. I'm gonna use the Sony PowerGrade on this one since it was shot on Sony. Hide my gallery. And I'm just gonna adjust the white balance. I'm gonna make it a little bit cooler right off the bat. That's looking pretty good right away. And what I wanna do is turn up the halation so we're seeing a little bit more on the edge here where the dark meets the really bright spot. So I'm gonna come into my halation node, go into the opacity of it and really crank that. So as you can see from before and after, you're getting a little bit more of that red glow, but it's not so overdone like you see a lot of times in people's videos and it looks fake. It's just enough to give you that analog red fringe without it looking cringily overdone. So let's come back to this clip and just play around with the different looks. We have X on and it looks sweet. Let's see what it looks like with regular Filmy. Just kind of a little bit more of a natural vibe, whereas the Filmy X is a little bit more contrasty, a little bit more intense of a look. So let's go back to regular Filmy. And then let's see what it looks like with just one click with the black and white. And that looks super cool to me in black and white. Getting really nice contrast with the logo, with, you know, this gradient coming from the natural window light into the darkness, getting some nice roll off his face. It looks really good. Let's toss Filmy onto the shot of me driving in a car. Gallery, shot on Sony. It looks pretty good right away on a lot of different clips. to be honest with you. I honestly really feel like I made something that I can use on almost every single project at any single point. Even if it needs a little bit of adjustment, it doesn't usually take a lot. If you're monitoring with the Filmy LUTs and you're exposing right and shooting in nice light, and you're doing all the things right when you're shooting, it makes the color grading process super quick and honestly just super enjoyable. So let's try this clip in the forest here. You're getting a lot of greens. This is what it looks like right off the bat. And I do want to adjust this clip a little. It's looking a little flat. So I'm going to come in my contrast on my curves. I'm just going to cook our shadows dramatically, kind of bring up our highlights quite a bit, compress those highlights, just create a little bit more contrast right away. I'm going to close my gallery so you can see something. So that's it with the contrast adjustments. And now I might cool this whole feel off by just going into my highlights and cooling off my highlights. Seeing what that does. That's before and after cooling things off. That looks really cool to me. I might see what it looks like if I just crush my shadows completely. Really bring this out here. A little bit moodier. Still just like a really great looking starting point. You're getting some grain, you're getting some dust, some flicker, all the filmic stuff that you get with Filmy. Here's one more C-Log2. Let's throw it on, see how it reacts. Looks pretty good right away. There's a couple things I want to do. I want to change the color of this blue. So I'm going to come into my look adjustment, come into my slice tool. I'm going to identify where that is. And I'm just going to make that probably more teal. That's too much. So a little bit more teal. So that's before, that's after, and I like how that looks. And then I'm gonna add a little bit more contrast here into this image. Gonna make it a little darker, a little richer. And then I might see what it looks like to add a little bit more of that richer subtractive saturation. So I'm gonna affect that. This node here is made specifically just so that you affect it only with the gain wheel here. So don't touch anything else with the subtractive sat node other than the gain wheel. Just add a little bit in there. So that's before, that's after, a little bit richer, deeper color there. And other than that, I don't feel like I need to do a whole bunch more. Maybe I could add a gradient here. I'm gonna come in my relight, grab a gradient, gonna invert it and have that go up towards her face, bring it down with the offset. Just bring that focus more towards our subject. I'm actually gonna come into contrast and just lighten up the shadows a bit. The shadows got a little bit dark. So that's what that's looking like right away. And if you wanted to, increase grain or anything, come in here to the effects, increase grain strength. You can change the composite mode to overlay. I have it where I like it right now, but you can do a lot to change it. So that's how I color grade using Filmy. Version 2 is out now that you can get on our website, filmycolor.com. I really love all the changes made to it, and I think you will too. If you color grade any of your projects with Filmy, tag us on Instagram, email it to us, whatever. We would love to see it, repost it. Yeah, it's just a really fun, simple way to get going in color grading in DaVinci Resolve. If you're a colorist, is this for you? No, this isn't for you. This is for people like me who want to color grade themselves and want a really great starting place for that based on my individual taste. You might not like my taste, and if you don't, that's totally okay. Don't get Filmy if you don't like my taste. But if you do like my taste and you want a great starting place for that, that is exactly what Filmy is. Yeah, but that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Happy color grading. See you on the next one. I love you.
想要吗？全都整理在菜单里了，快去看看。